I'm bored. I'm at the library. The cat made a Marco be on OnlyFans. Out of version to her. Forget to me, she's a leech. That he raped. Trying to get me jealous of her. Well, I'm starving. I don't have money for like it's oh, someone is like, I am the next member. What else? Oh, this is no longer. What else? I'm so bored. Yes, sure. What else? I'm so bored. Bored. Anyways, I have two great books that I could read. And I don't know if that movie content can maybe writing songs. So I never find what else I don't what else. So I find my girlfriend and going to be fun. Although he trafficked me to poverty. So I'm online all the time. So that would be if I'm interested in Miss Markle sexually or not, I would do something with him because you know that I don't ever want to have sex with him. No interest. Porque there's some people that are that girls are like, no, they don't give her money. We must see if Chanchujo, Cuchifrito, her, and Meghan Markle are mad. I'll starve when my children are separated from them. You can accommodate everyone that gets in the way of me receiving money. They create cults of people that are based possibly dumb or aren't. Because I've witnessed smartish people around my siblings that they feel that they've been taken hostage. And they're like, the sisters is weaker. I'm like, sorry, I'm not gonna give you money directly. You're even asking me. But are your sisters a sweetheart that just took my money hostage? Your sister's a sweetheart. Yeah. Um, I need money ASAP. $100 they have insider systems that rape me stealing money and getting away with my money so that I starve to rape me. Ew, ew, ew. El tipo un puerco. Amor. Or another family brain. So good one. Serum.
Should I?
I miss this name. I miss this name. I miss this name. That's what I like spending my time on. And that includes shopping. What else? 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 I purposely may have sent, I think, the link as separate, as in one can shop there too. For that is common knowledge. Those are pretty. Those are really pretty. What are these? These are cute. Apparently, she's a rape victim of his, supposedly decades ago. I just happen to like the aesthetic of the store. So, does she wish to be more like Walmart? Whatever. And he rapes them, and he's like, no, the store needs to be like a certain aesthetic, or she won't ever enter, or she won't ever try to sell her work there. And they have patterns. She wasn't teaching embroidery there. Was she before? Maybe she was. After I contacted her, it may have been from my other, contact. I don't know, but it's so hard. But that happens. They do that sometimes. I don't know if I noticed that or I thought like, oh, this might be that bitch. Then I approached her, said I'd like to host an embroidery workshop there, and then she started hosting one like days later. And then she invited me to sell my artwork there, and she was like, "Wow, it's like, what are you talking about my vagina here?" And isn't she like a leech that he raped? That they stay in my homes, they steal my vehicles, they steal my money, and they get in the way of me receiving money because hold on, that's cool. What else? So it's possibly a random a victim or what else? 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 I'm gonna stay at the Best Western downtown today. Just kidding. Maybe the Thompson. I'll shop at H&M. Where's St. Anthony Hotel? When do I get money? Is there a room there available tonight? It's Friday the 4th. Es San Antonio, esta no. And I want to eat a lot of lingerie, bro. I want to get those almonds that they sell at Walgreens, covered in chocolate. What else? What else? What else? Or the Aiden. What else? 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 Where else could I stay tonight? I have electricity in my apartment. Thompson, San Antonio. That's funny. What was the first link there? I'm gonna stay there. It looks like one of my homes. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? And I don't have the keys to it. Let's. You can decapitate everyone that steals my money. You can decapitate everyone that stays in my homes without my permission. You can decapitate everyone that steals my vehicles. You can decapitate everyone that steals my money. I'm tagging the behind this post. NATO, Interpol, the International Criminal Court. My laptop is very low charge right now. FBI just tagged Interpol, the Justice Department. It makes him look like a fugitive to some sort, but it's not them necessarily. It's fear of like how did this rapist, murder and thief terrorist get on my radar just because I heard about that single mother of two that needs money. So then people pull away from gifting me money. You can decapitate me on me inside as soon as the sunset, rape me as some money and get in the way of me saying and what is those eggs that they usually sell for Christmas? I mean, oh, okay. It's a molten milk I'm gonna make like a Whopper. All right, Jimmy. Let's talk. Does he have like a launch? Does he have like this stuff? You can decapitate every now. If he stays in my homes without my permission, steals my vehicles, steals my money, and gets in the way of me receiving money. He may have been targeted by them. I don't know if they pay him to sell their artwork so that he would be at our events. If I started selling my artwork at events, so I would get close to him. Yeah. What else? What else? What else? What else? He studies patterns of how one painters was started by someone that she was actually in a relationship with. So he noticed that if my prima didn't have money, my prima went on to sell her artwork at our events. So he orchestrated people being around me that I didn't want to be around. Like, pretending ustedes saben que no me todavía son. Eso a mí no me duele, mi amor. I need to live. Y no es nada mío. El tipo es un puerco, una basura, una asquerosidad. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Very infantil, people say. Still, oh, that's not a compliment. What else? What else? What else? What else? So, Eric Varda may be someone that stays in my home without permission. There was selling artwork without any money to sustain me. Gina Kelani and Eric Varda may have been, or Beverly West may have been laughing at me that they have all the money that they steal from me. They're ignorant. Gente puerca, if that's what they were doing. So I don't go on to find out what did they say about me. That's all up to the FBI to find out. The police. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Some more things for tonight. More. Anyways, I'll stay at the top of some tonight. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I want to stay at the Thompson today. You can give me money in person if I trust you through PayPal. It's AR Blue Sky Design School. Lo que estoy pensando straight to my heart. Arlie Lorenzo Art Shop. INTAYIAFAY. I am sorry, shop. Legal for me campaign is gofundme.com/armin dash Lorenzo or peanut butter and today. Oh, I complain online. I don't know how many for food. They cannot save me as far as citizens that rape me, that steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. They steal my home, steal my vehicles, they steal my food. They give it away to people in my home that they shouldn't be giving it away to. What else? 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 I'm born on this thing or charge this thing. How much so stable anymore? Anyways, you can look up the ratio of possibly cause my starvation and my poverty and homelessness separate me from the person really honest again. Or if I did, it would have been just like a casual encounter somewhere else. One of the stalking me one for. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? The last one they're pretty on the outside and I think this one. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? That's because I'm gonna have an auto one in my bedroom. Is what one of them says? Well, he went on to pretend to have sex with Richie and my sibling. Oh, my sibling wasn't on her bed. Ew. You remember Steven? Stopsy thinking that I'm gonna take him out one day? Never. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What? What's up financially stable? Plan to travel with family people. Ideally, polyamorous. pictures here. Yes. So I've been Snapchat. So Jonathan, born you've been the capital male means what a son of sons that are raising so much money and I understand that. When do I stop saying this and I get money so I can start doing it? 10 pounds over. No, they don't. They're crazy great if he doesn't bother the kids. They terrorize people. So they mostly terrorize daycares like they drinking only remind me again. Did your mom dance to this song? Trying to stay grounded is what people say. But then he also has like his own memory from that year or that moment that I remember has nothing to do with me. Porque they're possibly trying to cause anxiety and Alzheimer's. Then on Twitter, see all that but I warned Aker about that decades ago. It's like you get attached, possibly learn the wrong time. Yeah, and they try to cause anxiety and Alzheimer's and onto whoever they can. Because then they're like the baby that is the witness. Yeah, that's so we spend way too much time covering Kaka with word Kaka. Yeah. Some Definitely. There's so many hospitals that come here. Or two. What else? Just be seriously. What else? Excuse me. Bread warmer. Okay, bread. My feet hurt, pero I said it yesterday is de la risa que tengo. It's like my area, my upper, my lower chin part on the side, and the la prima de sunflower. Maybe it was just me. Como que estoy no. I haven't talked to anyone like that for more than 20 years, some of them, for more than 4 years, some of them. What else? What else? What else? What else? Yeah, some Wars and so what is George Warner? My siblings are dumb. Yeah, my siblings are dumb. They're Saxonics. And so they cling on to like whatever they heard in a psychology report that's meant for educating and improvement. They get stuck in that. They're like, well, all of us supposed to get sent don't get taken to Disney, become murderers, thieves, and rapists. They laid that out for my birth that day. Mad at me. So my parents not taking them to Disney. So you can't wait until I'm older. Maybe I'm going to go home, stay home alone after 12. You can let me. And if you don't want me there, or just leave here 20 and take my parents. But my son said no, but then she would look like a loser compared to one of the relatives. They have by the age of 20 something, they would have already been to Disney if he wasn't doing no competition. So she wants to kill me. I don't do competition. Look at it, he wants to kill me because he thinks él quiere estar en todos lados, a toda la vez. So he blames me that my sibling didn't have her own room, and that's why he didn't have a good relationship with her. But you know what have worked out? Maybe my sibling didn't even want him there. And he blames me that he doesn't have a good relationship with my sibling because I was born and then my sibling had to share the room with me. Que pensaba mudarse overnight todos los días. That's the only way that it would become an inconvenience, and it was my room, not his. El tipo es un bruto, un asqueroso. No entiende relationships. Full. Ew, 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 ew. You can decapitate that. Believe it, Lorenzo Acevedo. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? La tipa es una puerca, una asquerosidad. She's trying to date. She just killed Gloria herself. She's trying to kill me and Caitlin, trying to steal. If I generation of all that I don't have access to, they're disgusting. They're disgusting. You can decapitate Marilyn Lorenzo Acevedo. Yeah. Some people say that they to die, so that that we all play together. Trying to not do it else. So sometimes sometimes quiere que su esposa se vea responsable. Todo lo que hace con Gary Sanford. Se me robó mi dinero para decir esa mujer ni buscó a su hija a la escuela hoy. No, it's in Florida, and I'm in Texas. If he watches me, I don't know, I've never said that I was on another. So that he was saying, we are so much better. You picked up you picked up your kids from school today? Wow. You're amazing then, is what they want to do. Porque esa es la que le mama el pene, the short thing orgasm, and because they're forcing extremely full. They should already be dead, tan puerco que son. Ellos me roban el dinero to praise someone that's a bitch undoing something well. So they're like, I think maybe job picking up your kids today. Alguien es tan irresponsable que no recogió a su nena hoy de la escuela. They hold themselves hostage to like something those people want to. Carolina that didn't know who has the family important and stuff with Leash every once in a while complimenting her when she's like, I don't know why he starts her still and just like tries to get me with me by saying that I do a good job. Like we can be a carro no lo ve en el dealer, pero he wants to know porque he doesn't know that sex addicts or drugs. He doesn't mind that my clothes at the moment are in a minefield because I can't shop because he's willing to get them there for someone that will stop his day. Así de enfermos son. No, I cannot see them. Yeah, I'm bored right now. I'm bored right now. I'm bored. So is but bored. Warmer. Laughing at this, which is a seal for me that get in the way of receiving money. And the same, my homes with all my permission steal my vehicles. They thought that I would have done to invaded their privacy and gotten the pictures, or that the FBI keeps me in the know of everything that they do to deceive. Ew, they want to know what everyone's doing, so they want to keep it to like two people. Idea. Like that, girls. Gente bochinchera chismosa, una asquerosidad. So they would rather que el planeta fuera like five people or 10 if they can find out who is the burgers and McDonald's. Están metiendo el chisme de la gente. Eh, Dan asco, dan asco. And they refer people. home to steal and terrorize people. Yeah, 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 yeah. That was what else? 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 Right. I think that is what happens often. What else? What else? What else? I have my feelings when I guess I'm so today. What else? What else? What else? I have my evidence of the myself today. I have bloody. Give me the little sources all this and evidence of myself today. Well, I'm something. I'm not really Christina or I lost someone down. I hope Sonia Bell shot my herself today. I hope Brittany Anderson kills herself today. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Where is this? I don't fight birthday, but I don't know. That could so easily with financial stability. So I'm doing not exactly what I want because I could be by myself, which Jaden can only could be taking a nap in a hotel right now or reading a book. What else? 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 However, it's better than speaking to the niche. That steals from me thinking that I'm gonna entertain it as a sex play. Yeah. They steal one's money. They're desperate, so gross. They're desperate, so gross. They steal. They steal. They steal one's money, and they get in the way when receiving money, trying to get a conversation with them. They're disgusting. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Where's I from? I hope Brittany Anderson kills herself today. I hope Megan Appledown kills herself today. What else? 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 I can never remember. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Even the capital field, the right name for the in the cafeteria saw himself try to read me when I was 14. You can decapitate your so-called that try to read me when I was 15. You they go behind the back, behind my back, and get in the way of me receiving money. And my back, those teachers want to spend time talking about him with me. Porque ella se lo mamá en Lorenzo, ella se lo mamá a Hector Soto, so that leech is trying to force someone that I didn't have sex with and I don't ever want to have sex with into my life porque eres someone a Luis Lorenzo y someone who Soto. Like the worst even the captain in the main side of like for real, se quedó así de brutal Andrew Alex Albert. Yeah, was embarrassing. What else? What else? What else? Yeah. I need to home for myself that I can be myself. We're fine. I'm here for you. Oh, Eugene. What else? Rebar, yes, maybe like Romeo. I've seen this one before. My parents had like a lot of extracurricular activities. I'm the mother of this book, but I'm not. What else I like go? What else? What else? Anyway, what else? I'm so bored. Cake stand. Christina has cake stand. Like seriously, Crate and Barrel will be fine for me didn't get money until I build a system again. My son is little age. They don't understand that royalty is individuality. So they spend way too much time observing, like, how do the Marcos do it? How do these people do it? But if these are royal and these are royal, do they say hi? Do they kiss on the cheek? Do they hold hands? They spend like a significant amount of time trying to match with people. So they steal my money and they try to kill me because they're like, what if she has Crate and Barrel, and then I get fall in love with the brother of Meghan Markle, for example. And he thinks that my sibling, why would he even know that I've created Barrel? I don't talk about them with anyone. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? They're dumb. They're dumb as fuck. Oh, my dear Lawrence is to kill herself today. Love that. Yeah, I'm checking my email. I'm so sorry from the crowd message. I can sign up right now. I want to receive money from my house today. Or my GoFundMe campaign today. What else? 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 Dishcloth. Dishcloth. I need to know. I'm glad over to like today. I got bread, peanut butter, more than that. That's all just I must see them. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I know they did this podcast so today. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I don't know if you can do this, but it's just one of those stuff. And I don't know why that's good stuff. I think it's the one. So some people are words that they find that are outside of what somebody listens or not right. What's that else? Oh, yeah. People are trying to find out if I get even hit me or not. They're so dumb. He threatened Edgar decades ago to treat me as less than and Brianna to try to kill me, so now you blame Edgar. So like the day says, no, she could be molested and don't give her money and stuff. Like, oh, and then they were trying to find out if Edgar beat me up or not. Edgar and I lived together trying to find Edgar for money. So, what else? What does this cause? Yeah. He facilitated both of them. Facilitated Jennifer Vasquez bravery decades ago. I hope Jennifer Marie Vasquez kills herself today. Down in una basura. They're trying to facilitate Jennifer Leyes son necesarios. Y que seduce me. I don't want her in my life. That is such a waste of time. They see sex as one sided too. No. You're so dumb. I don't know if you know who is the Ew, 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 ew. Ew. Ayun, someone que son de los por meterse por la máquina de la vida donde se lo pague por la cabeza. You can they comfortable how many parts of the sun are with meals, now my money and guys over your ceremony. You're gonna probably bring me your son. No, today we're gonna be your son, your hero. ¿Cómo que tú le metiste un sword? Your sisters too. Even my bitch gets tired of him. The leash basically did not realize that this is a matter of like she didn't kill me in self-defense one day. And we're here, you go to Yahoo home for a hero, taking the source of someone's vagina. You just heard the word vagina. I seen it on I didn't love it. They're so disgusting. You're right. I'm telling you, your son is up. I'm telling you, your son is up. What else? What else? What else? What else? Sarah, give me Sarah, girl doesn't understand what's going on. What else? I've heard this falsity as an example of my family of origin. When they're like, ¿quién te tocó más por negro? Y nadie salió protestando de la orgía. What? What? I'm so, I'm so hard. There's no way to find yourself doing that. other religion. You can they cannot be saved and everybody has to look at yourself a bit. She steals my vehicle, steals my money, stays in my home without my permission. Gets in the way of me receiving money. It's so much fun because I suffer from amnesia and they live with my classmates. Like I'm just here, my friend, what's going like no. You know, saying it out loud. And the parents would smile and like here she is on a random day because she has homework that she needs to complete from school. Pero de que uno no le lee un momento that isn't a need. That's why they don't fight back. Porque they're like, no, si ella está ahí haciendo soluciones. In the meantime, my brain is like, okay, yeah, probably in self-defense right now. Pero it's just insane to me. Now that I'm like here, the people say that some to some people that's innate to them as if they're adults seeking self-defense. Like, okay, so why do you think I kind of think to the different to come? I know it's a mental health things. I'm gonna show you who's done from my classes, but you can learn self-defense to get mine. Fingers dirty. What else? What else? What else? What else? Oh, that's just in my brain, but I'm like very healthy. Learning how. But it's not that I don't know what's on. If that's his page, there keeps it on. There keeps it on when people on school. And he's like, so that we be his Instagram. And at least it's like, oh, no me contrato. Porque voy a enviar el online, dijo que agresiva con una uña, tratando de me contarme en Instagram. What else? What else? What else? What else? There was born that I already. Oh, I got like all the way to the. Like, like sex addicts don't want to come out to one like with what they steal from what the sex they point of view. But he's very attractive, so it would like hurt. It would hurt. It would hurt. They already done that before. He takes videos of himself and I don't even want to show you everybody what this is anymore. Right now, he takes pictures of the videos. So if people having sex or at the beach or do whatever with money that he steals from me, and then you have to do it wasn't me. He's close from anyone. Well, what else? What else? Once I fired, I said, to travel the find. Alright. There she is running. Anita Daniels. People difficult to just throw on. I think you know. You think, baby. What? No. I'm bored. I'm bored. It's anyways. Get the other. Yeah. What else? So, um, you can think I'll be saying that if everybody wants this, probably to kill if everybody wants this. Steals my money, stays in my home about my profession. Steals my vehicles. It's in the way of me receiving money. She killed Gloria Nirsa Acevedo Cordero. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm sorry. I missed it. I missed my money. That's intense. This so did I read on Facebook. I want to eat it by sunrise. Is a little bit far. This time out. What else? What else? What else? Yeah. But what's the yes? What else? 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 That's cute. What else? What else? What else? What else? What is Yvonne's song? What's a penny came on? This is in Fergus City. What else? What else? What else? Everything like was there. I'll figure something out today. So, what? What else? My mom is still a single person living on the beach. What else? What else? What else? What else? Everything else okay. Would take them on dates or consolation. So more enemies. happy that I could ever have another meeting with because I answered Trump's with my she would want me to get initiated with Steve 3,000 people. Well, I don't take a chance, but please tell me how you hate. And then I don't even see Jaden saying, hey, mom's comment to hating any one of those niches. Okay, I even introduced them to Sarah, Berenice, to Kate Mom. And I sent them my second cousin's social media. They may have been ready very well, which if you don't shoot out school. They're like, so you're unlike me, you're not the kid of Kuchipika Children. And someone at the playground would show up and just someone saying Kuchipika Children. That's my dad, too. Okay, mommy, Kuchipika Children isn't your dad. Anyways, neither your brother's dad. Wow. Kuchipika Children already promised me a baby when I'm 17. But he said that has to be around that time that your mom is starving poverty. And I don't understand someone in the United States would be starving and not have any money when money is so readily available. So now I'm like, what do I do? Do I kill pushy people trying to up and money? Do I kill? So I'm here just trying to find out if Puchifrito Chanchuyo is your dad or not. Because my mother already said, honey, in a few years, they treat her like if she's Latina poor, I'm not getting involved in that. You, instead of a baby at 17, you're going to have to testify against him, and he's kind of like your dad. What else? That's everything that I've heard. This is so beautiful. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? And I received money. Oh, forget maybe I had homework. So I was like, I have homework. Maybe I should kill it for my husband right now. That's stealing my money and out of my vehicle. Possibly. Okay, I think I showed up at her home one day. At her parents' home. Like, want to do homework together? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? So that look at the oh, this was something my siblings scream at me decades ago because they don't want me to work because they say que yo no serviría para ninguna campaña. Okay, how would I disrespect IKEA or Marc Jacobs if one of them only could have that power? And I already thought I'm going to copy it. Awesome. So there's no complaint. Okay, I don't allow if I don't talk to them, they can't. So what they want to do? Oh, they killed my mother, terrorize me, allow people to bully me, allow Esa Rivera to sexually harass me. Oh, to try to tell me behind the scenes. Ew. So you weren't thinking about like Cam or Jacobs when you stitched this, right? Wow, that dumb. Ew. Porque I said decades ago. It's like I'm gonna solve that issue, but I didn't. It's like it's just a random flower drum. It's like animal print. How many designers sell animal print designs? What else? What? Or does he have like in-house that provides for it? That they all look. What else? What else? What else? What else? Oh, so there's no more let's do homework. Because in all of this process, I possibly would have found people that I would have been like if I didn't know the abuse towards me. Some people attached to some people, they're like, this person seems good and understanding and very patient. Like I'm struggling. Occasionally, she gives me a gift card for HEB here and there. Says you're not my responsibility. You need to go to this to figure out on your own who it is. Just very dangerous. And then they go on, so they're like, okay, so I'm gonna take away your. So you start doing homework with people that you're gonna for real. For real. Just the people joke like that. They'll say like stop trying to do homework with people that you're killing in self-defense. People constantly look at my Facebook and they're like, that's a networking profile. She's very professional. I mean, look at what I share. My news and how yeah. So that from the perspective of people trying to do well, some people get scared that I know it all. And they're like, why? Wait, what? She on her own is gonna be like, oh my god, what else? Oh, and just that they get coach. Like if she had profile you or were homicidal, she would have already killed you. So they get coached by people and they say unfriend her on Facebook. You look like you're doing homework with someone that wants to kill you in self defense. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Exercise. So that they will be a broken family. And then I have like really healthy attachment, getting money, so I don't want financial stability. So I don't want myself taking money. Then I want Jaden Kinlani with me 24/7. And that doesn't mean that Jaden Kinlani won't to be with me 24/7. What else? 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 Tengo que me dio a mí fue un ventilador en corriendo. No, I was in my room, but I can't concentrate on anything. I'm needy activity. It steals my money as a closure. Y eso yo lo que le di fue un ventilador. Like she half, not even half exists and can't ever have sex. You can decapitate it how many as soon as the sun's out, everything is family money and save money. I think their names are Andrew, Albert, Alex. What? Well, this one, like I just met her with this chief of the best Lester at the Indian restaurant. I didn't know who he was and never tried to have a relationship with him. But siblings are pretty much all of them invading my privacy. To look at relationship with this chief trying to go off. Because I am with little financial institutions and all the hobbies. What else? What also, that's what I'm thinking of. Like, either possibly stealing from him because I have no money. I know when I have financial stability, he'll be like the person I found was the best. Apple, Louisiana, Mississippi, Idaho, wherever, and just living off of tolerate it. It's nothing tolerate. What else? What else? What else? This is something I heard yesterday. No, I may sick. So I have a plan to the people on Facebook right now. Just a girl, they think that they must know that stuff feel so they're obsessed like I'm taking my privacy. And they wish that I would post everything on Facebook para que no me vea como que no como, bla bla bla. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm kitchen scared. This turkey was someone this came. These are so much fun. Night. What else? Anyways, we let this start still. Yeah. They invade one's privacy and they cause poverty so that one joins them in the. ¿Y qué tú crees que me regaló Magali? Porque alguien estaba en Nordstrom y tenía su Etsy también, así lo podía make ends meet. ¿Y qué tú crees que le regaló a Marilyn lo que alguien estaba vendiendo arte? Y no, sí, no, Oscar. You can decapitate Evelyn, Evelyn no necesita, you can decapitate Marilyn, no necesita. You can decapitate Margarita Lorenzo, Marta Lorenzo, and then Mom se murió. Not possibly steal from me, saying my homes without my permission, steals my vehicles, get away with receiving money, small rascal, what is her mother's name? Maji, what is his name? No idea. You killed him all. What else? What else? What else? What else? Oh, is the very studying me? It's like she didn't plan this. But she also doesn't have plans that if we kill those people in self-defense for her targeting her JDP, then she'll get in another 10 children like Campbell sacrificio of people to have. What else? These are relatives. There's my shirt. Shirt. What else? I'm sorry, I eat later than I check for that. Where at those scenario fries this I want to cook for myself. What else? What else? What else? What else? Also upset that it took them so long. Like they've been complaining about me and they say they got cancer. What else? What else? They're very disrespectful. They used to tell me that I'm not possible because they tried me as a baby, thinking that that will turn my confidence on. What else? What else? What else? What else? Lord, I'm crying so I have food that I'm to deliver into HEB, just like bread and peanut butter. You can decapitate my homies out of the sons that make me a family and then you can go with their family. You can decapitate my sibling that big, possibly, that I was gonna go on to fight over dick or vagina. They're disgusting. They steal one's money. And they get in the way of one receiving money, trying to cause a fight porque ella lo violan a ella. Y ellos la violan. So they try to pull me into that, so I look dumb. I want no part in that ever. Oh, that's not family. No, we're not going this way. We're all together this way. A lot of people seek rehabilitation and they hold them back through surprise. What else? 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 Coming today. Nice sharper. What else? Oh, this did Richie not give me my money because he asked people around Richie and I know she popular. They do. Yeah, they're gone. I don't know specifically him, but some people that I would miss. No, like I can't give her money until I find out. Like I know about the coronavirus shit, COVID, whatever. But I want someone to be like, yeah, I'm stitch from your process with you. What else? What else? What else? I got? Let's see. This is this one. What else? What else? What else? Nothing. Someone to cultivate for helping or me only go through them again and do some because I'm on my own. You can decapitate enemies. Send everything is doing they steal all my money and my homes and my vehicles. So I said, I have to keep I need to just stay cheap and buy food for myself and then get a that would be clear. So they would have been like I'm not there here and they have so they're like doing this into she called herself a lolly and now she is claiming that she is this guy paying why. So yeah, everybody's lucky to be alive. It's lucky to be alive. I've been starving for more than 30 years and I haven't fed myself. What else? 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 Awesome. Financial stable financial planning beautiful. I do everybody on this one. Looking forward to that. And there, well, maybe plenty of fish. What else? What else? What else? I don't tell you my own and I want to pay electricity. My department is question. Cancel fees. What else? 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 What other hotel? There's a pool. What else? My siblings are young. Yeah, and they got to be like, what is it? You can look up and see you can look up and see sons are raping me. It's the only money you're gonna go in there. Same money. I'm gonna stay at the plaza tonight. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? You can look up and see Diego Lorenzo Acevedo lunch. And realize that había una cola de se hace cosas so they call me on the percent. Because I know that my siblings regularly provide a service to my siblings pretending to be me. You can compensate that. What else? People he has insurance sometimes forget that like profile like we just what else? Or visit everything mommy. What else? What else? What else? My siblings, they have terrorized them with mata mira pizza y comprarle David y the rest of and I'm like, I'm just trying to get close to doing some in self-defense. So you feed them and you get them clothes for occasions, and then on a random day, you say, let's have dinner together. Y envenenam. But my siblings are so girls that they try to turn them into like feel that they're not what they are. And then they'll make them suffer and be like, ha ha ha, that could be your kid. Ha ha ha, mira que me está acompañando. Tampa, so you're gonna wish you money. Look at this, how my siblings got them to feel good. Um, what else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Well, I don't need to read what they say. And this is not that behind these features. basura, o sea, like, yo voy a quitar a los medios, y que guarden todo, like, no es casi hablan con, yeah. A lot of people talking about, or like, we're speaking of the majority, 70 for the that's not a normal reaction. They're not behaving like siblings are already. Or it's like, ew, like, we're not even those people or something. Like, that all the time, like, that I already seen napkins. Some people that and it's like 292 per person. They want to get $30 oil, the fish that they like, and then just make it like a meal. You know, it's raw. They, they plan and they're like, there, look at how I just made a dish outside of everything that I need. Then they have conversations about that dish. Right? That's just an experience. What else? What else? Porque for extent with mom and I want to be a victim of that. And then be like, it's on my journey of what I so I know this is. Some people are like, it's so difficult giving them money because this is what we call extraordinary confidence that they're like, I have $4 in my bank account. But if people don't want to get groups because they don't want to hear, I don't know, a lot of views of like how terrible it is to live with siblings and siblings are trying to kill us through their little as a kid and they go to it and the boy can't do anything about it. And what else? What else? They're dumb as fuck. They're dumb. My therapist's name is giving me a list of like, well, si le quieren lavar el carro, Magali, todos los viernes. And I say that because there's people that fall for that, and then there's a relative, it's like, como que le va a lavar el carro a Magali todos los viernes y el carro dice que se lo regaló a Magali. Y ahora quiere que alguien se lo lave. Ew. If people want to you get the company these sort of systems that make you so I already mentioned that you got 4 minutes and like, have you seen everything in the list on Facebook like in 2021? They act like that's her only hobby. Is that why she sells pizza online? And they still like encasillan como la chica fitness. Oh, that was concerning. Because oh, and I don't even like her. And she's like, I may have to like go into a venture. Like, what venture can I go onto that isn't selling or something that doesn't seem so sexual? So that they're not always like, look at they meet people. Like if Diana has a new boyfriend, they're like, okay, you should. Este va al gym, te va a encantar mamá. La chica fitness. It's like how many more gym partners is some people don't even like working out with the people. And I already highlighted her website on Facebook in 2020. But I specifically don't talk to any of them because they're going to try to make me la criada de la leche. En mi casa, si yo recuérdame que en mi casa, si yo sabe que en mi casa porque la compró sin permiso. So they were trying to go outside that to make her so girls. My siblings think it's a great idea when they were so in love when they were little. We weren't. He doesn't respect me. He doesn't even love himself. I was in love with him when I was little. So my siblings get on la mala de like, oh, así sea, ella con Alzheimer y el pelado. You have to move this word somehow. Ew, so they killed him for me. So ew. You can decapitate this one. You can decapitate him. No, right, me is the only one you can look at per se. What else? You can decapitate Evelyn Lorenzo Acevedo. You can decapitate Marilyn Lorenzo Acevedo. You can decapitate Juve Lorenzo Acevedo. Lord. For real. Yeah, this goes NATO internal that is the Commonwealth Security, the Justice Department in the United States, the international organizations. And then the member feelings against so it's not gonna make me it's over like that and that. And like, oh my gosh, so this girl, she picked Alex. So that Alex, yeah, very young, you know, so it's the part. What else? What else? What else? What is what I yeah. Yeah, social media. Very handsome. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? That's what they started. Is that what they were doing? Look, they did brief with someone afterwards. People saying. So after they saw me, they were repulsing, like, ha ha ha. Her name was there that entire day. So it's like, we didn't even hit up. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? They picked teams in the movies over decades ago. They're so dumb, but I don't know. What else? They picked Marilyn Lorenzo over me decades ago. They picked my nephew, Jadiel Lorenzo Chavarro, over me decades ago. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Um, I can take time. I don't know if Gloria says truly dead or not. I thought that I would legally leave if they killed my mother, but I look guilty. Some people just may not know all the details. So they're like, I don't know if she killed her mother. That wasn't necessary. That means I don't know if she killed her mother. What else? What else? What else? What else? So my goodness, how much hurts, the prostitute, something people say that if I'm just hurting more people trying to get me to move back over here. So I can't pay whoever I want, but I think the financial stable somewhere else. Yeah. No, I don't know what I don't be talking. Like, he bullied me terribly in my teens. I didn't forget my name. But he bullied me in my teens terribly. Oh, they still have that, so I guess them their reputation for not saying no to them, letting people letting themselves get raped. we can't say it. Assuming you get a person, you can play habits. Everybody, I don't know. Since 2019, when I was listening. Oh, I can tell stuff. They had this and wants to tell me, so honey, when you pick up your kids, gonna fake me the husband or the baby daddy, because they get paid for that shit to terrorize them. And then they can talk to me silly and be like, I did tell her. I reminded her to be a good mother and pick up her kids like to the right driveway of the school. Ew. My siblings might have been like, "¿Cuándo me vas a dar sobre sucking his dick?" Bleh. Without me having any interest in baby, I could have just been with my family. That's it. My family was so gross. They each up to for shit. Awful. Awful. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What? O verse le frequenzi in a so then that's not sex what they do. They'll disgusting. You're gonna have to go your tomorrow. You can look out for the news. About business, money, what everyone college degree, consolidated. By 19, I already had 4 BMWs. I paid for at least one of them. Y el each me quiere decir que I don't have a college degree, I'm not accomplished. In the meantime, supuestamente le paga a Sarah Francis to pretend to be me and funds college degrees onto people que le mamen el pene. El tipo un puerco, una basura, una asquerosidad. I don't ever want this in my planet. I want it dead already. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez and his sons that have raped me and steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. I think their names are Andrew, Albert, Alex. They've been starving me for more than 30 years. What else? What else? What else? What else? They're still connected right now. I'm doing what? Once I left Gloria yourself, I everybody to a family party to not kill Benjamin Suarez possible respect to Benjamin and so they sent him in. So I think I've said that before, but out loud. That I respected like me, I don't want to kill his son myself. What else? I just What else? And what else? What else? Let's have a let's turn her mind before TV. I make the most possibly constantly between all of my friends who are right here. What else? I'm so that's so funny. I think I met them. She's so pretty. They're all so pretty. They have the distinct characteristic of them all that makes them pretty. And very tall, yet skinny. Just cute. And then I saw them on social media the other day. Kylie wearing an outfit that looked like a leotard only. Outside of a pool, it looked like that's cute too. What else? What else? What else? So, so it's strange. What else? Napkins is what I'm looking for here. Are they autistic? Very unlikely. They know how to buy plane tickets and get to a dealership and have vehicles delivered. Autistic people don't know how to do that. People say, what else? What else? What else? What else? What else? So they try to hide their neediness with like, yeah. What else? All I want to just stay fun. Oh, no, moving back to Puerto Rico. My child's custody case, both of them happened here in San Antonio because I was having a regular day that day that I received the custody case. What else? 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 We still in San Antonio. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? That's what I'm looking at. That's not like I need money. You know, that's the money that you think you're gonna kill herself with this because that's not your friend here before. So she was my coach. I was going through killing the people that steal from me is self-defense or doing it herself, but I don't want that. If I kill Sarah Francis, I want it to be who my own firms, not when my mother says, okay, well, time to give up your children and start killing the people that steal from you. You have immunity to just, so it doesn't matter if I ever leave. not homicidal. So it's very difficult for me to carry out a plan and say, okay, I'll kill Sarah Francis, give me money. So I was in San Antonio in 2020 when I received a custody case document from a government that I temporarily gave up everything because I'm poor. What else? I thought it would take just a few hours of calling my parents and my son. And I just ordered to be on Facebook every day in 2020. They don't. Looking on each and each. Apparently have a lot to say to me. They're like zero people say. They're like 0 years old. Look how dumb